The arm, so he just have a different style of play than everybody else.
Les talked about the kind of team gravitating towards him. He's just kind of got this something about him. Do you kind of realize that, and what is that like?
From one, I mean, he's a great leader, and no matter how far up or how far down we are, he always pushing us to do better, and always encouraging us on the sideline. He's like, come on, we finna put a drive together. So, I mean, he's a great guy, great leader, and he works hard in everything he do. So, I mean, who wouldn't want to play hard for him?
So I'm watching you guys do individual one-on-ones today, and doing that initial punch, and I saw 50 straight guys do it, and Coach Hevesy just chewed every one of them out. How is it possible that nobody did the drill right? Like I'm looking at this going, somebody did the drill right.
I mean, for one, it's hard, it's a defensive line drill, but he strives for perfection, and he himself nothing less than that. So he wants to be perfect. I mean, it's hard to do, but that's what he strives for.
In your 4 years, have you ever looked at him and goes, "Look, I know I did the drill right. You just yapping. Like you just."
I just be quiet and just whatever he say. If he say it's right, I'm like, okay, it's right. If it's wrong, I'm trying to correct it.
Gabe, in after the bowl game, obviously you'll have the NFL combines and all that coming up. A lot of guys here lately that have been in your shoes before have decided to stay back here and train with Coach Bayless because they say they get just as much there as they would going off. What's kind of your plans? You plan to stay around here next semester and train with him and prepare that way?
I mean, I plan on staying there most of the time, training with him, and just a couple times a month just to go out the place and do a few things with different people.
Have you allowed yourself to kind of think that far ahead yet? Or?
Not really. I still have another game left.
What are your impressions of some of these redshirt linemen that redshirted this past year?
You said what now?
What are some of your impressions of some of these young linemen like Jake Thomas and Kent Flowers, some of those guys?
They're gonna be good, man. They've been taking coaches pretty good, and you can tell the potential they have. And they just keep working at it every day. They're gonna be great players.
Could you imagine yourself playing as a true freshman like Jamal had to do this year? I know you had the luxury of getting the red shirt.
At one point, I thought I was gonna have to, because people started, to get banged up toward the end of the season my freshman year. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to do, but I mean, he handled it pretty well,
You've been to bowls obviously in the past. How do you handle the distractions, whether it's going home for the holidays or the other stuff that they kind of give you at the bowls? And how do you handle those distractions?
Just knowing the main objective, that's to go get a win, and just taking care of business.
Do you kind of pass that along to the young guys as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody had a different way of preparing for a game or preparing for traveling or whatever. But just to give them the main concept of everything, just make sure you're studying and doing the small things to take care of to get the win.
Going back to